Good morning. Here are the developing stories at this hour. My name is Remy Allen. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, retired Honorable Ekperi Ekpo has commended Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa for ensuring adequate security and creating an enabling environment that continues to attract investors to the state. The minister gave the commendation at the Government House at Lagbaka Akure after inspecting the Supertech methanol and ammonium plant in Ore, Odigbo local government area of the state. He emphasized that the initiative aligns with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's directive to harness Nigeria's abundant natural gas resources to drive economic transformation and industrial development. He congratulated Governor Aiyedatiwa for hosting the first methanol production facility in the country, noting that the Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) is expected to leverage such investments to enhance upstream operations and promote value addition in the gas sector. Governor Aiyedatiwa appreciated the minister's visit and lauded the Ondo State Development and Investment Promotion Agency (ONDIPA) for removing bureaucratic bottlenecks that often discourage investors. The governor highlighted the growing number of industrial projects facilitated through ONDIPA, including a 500,000 barrel per day modular refinery and a petrochemical plant for fertilizer production in Ilaje local government area. Aiyedatiwa identified the Southern Senatorial District as the state's economic hub, rich in oil, gas, and mineral resources, with ongoing projects such as the proposed deep sea port and the Ondo Linyi Industrial Hub, where cassava is being processed into ethanol.
Mr. President emphasized the fact that natural gas should be taken advantage to drive the economy of the nation. And I have to congratulate you that your state is the first state that methanol is being produced for use, whereby upstream companies, as I gave a charge to the NNPC, will be taking advantage of that to drive the upstream operation in our country, Nigeria, which is adding value. So I congratulate you for providing an enabling environment for such a massive project to be put in place in Ondo State to provide adequate security and providing an enabling environment for that project to thrive, for foreigners to come in and invest in the state. I say congratulations, Your Excellency. That is what all other states should imbibe so that we drive the economy of the nation in the direction it should be. I've come to see the good things in your state. On my returning, I will go and prove, Mr. President, that this project needs to be commissioned.
The raw material is permanent. So some of these things we have into market of the state and work. So that those who are looking for destination to invest can do better to make sure so that the economy obviously can grow and people also can benefit flying to Akure within an hour, you should be able to travel a very good road down to the southern central where, like I said, well, this state is literally doing side. So thanks also to the President for that beautiful project and for all the reforms that has embarked upon that is yielding the result already across the nation. So
Closed that his administration is working to enhance the state's infrastructure, including the dualization of Oreokutipa-Igbokoda road corridor, while the federal government undertakes the dualization of the Akure-Ore highway. The Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, has described the federal government's no work, no pay policy as a tool of intimidation used to silence the legitimate struggle of workers for fairness, dignity, and the implementation of agreements. General Secretary of NASU, Peters Adeyemi, who sharply condemned the repeated threats by Nigerian government officials to enforce the no work, no pay policy against workers considering lawful strikes, says strikes are not impulsive or anarchic. Adeyemi attributed industrial actions to government failures to honor agreements, pay workers on time, and comply with labor laws. He further cited Nigeria's commitment to International Labour Organization conventions, affirming the right to strike as fundamental, warning that punitive actions against striking workers breach international labor standards, while urging the government to respect agreements with unions and enforce labor laws fairly. Adeyemi challenged the government to live by no pay, no work to underscore the duty to honor workers' rights. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs has condemned the recent claim of genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Addressing a press conference at the National Mosque in Abuja, the Secretary General of the Council, Ishaq Oloyede, said while there had been killings in parts of the nation, the attacks were not targeted at Christians alone. Oloyede disclosed that investigations and available information revealed that some unpatriotic individuals had promoted and sold the genocide narrative to the American nation with the main intent of creating disaffection among Nigerians. He, however, urged the federal government to intensify efforts to provide adequate security for the citizens. The council's reaction came just weeks after a United States lawmaker, Senator Ted Cruz, accused Nigerian authorities of orchestrating genocide against Christians and allowing the destruction of thousands of churches. Troops of Operation Adinkai Joint Task Force Northeast have rescued 86 kidnapped victims and arrested 29 suspected terrorists, logistics suppliers during coordinated operations in Borno State. The media information officer of the task force, Lieutenant Colonel Sani Uba, in a statement shared on X, made it known that OPHK encountered Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists at Dutse Kura after discovering that the insurgents were abducting civilians and vehicles along the Buratai-Kamoya Road. In a related operation, troops deployed at Magada arrested 29 terrorist logistics supplier en route to Chilaria with several items. According to Uba, the recovered items included 2 pickup vans and tricycle loaded with premium motor spirits, PMS, about 1,000 liters of petrol in jerry cans, 4 gallons of engine oil, 2 new gun truck tires, a huge cache of medical consumables, and large quantities of foodstuffs and provisions. He noted that all operations were conducted successfully with no casualties recorded among troops. And that's the news. Many thanks for watching. Good morning.